Hey, hey, welcome to Your Best Podcast, where we are going to discover all the ways, all the paths, all the nuances to having your best in life. And I'm your host. I'm also your best life coach. My name is Teemaree, and I help my clients have breakthroughs in life, in health, in business, and in their spirituality. But guess what? That's not all you're getting here, honey. That is not all you're getting here. You're also going to meet fantastic people like our guest today. Adonica Albert spent 30 years in the fitness industry as a fitness trainer, various modalities, various specialties. And then she suffered 2 strokes, friends. But in that, she discovered the power of red light therapy, and she's now the co-owner of a small red light business in Alberta, Canada. She is going to be talking to us today about red light therapy and how we can use it for our health. Welcome, Adonica, to the show.
Oh, thank you.
Now, please tell us right off the top, where can we connect with you?
Well, I have a website, and you can connect with me there. It's Celebrate Light, which is 2 L's in Celebrate, which you'll understand a little bit later, at celebratelight.ca. And I'm also on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is my main platform. So if you just Google my name, which is kind of quirky and odd, you'll find me.
Okay, awesome. And don't worry, friends, we'll have all this in the show notes as well. But I like to just start it off getting that good information. So I was really excited to have you here today for a number of reasons. As a life coach, I like to sometimes help people that want help with their health in navigating healthful ways that they can solve their issues, their problems, their concerns without prescriptions.
Right.
Okay. Without prescriptions and sometimes without doctors. Now, hear me out, listeners. I am not against doctors. However, in the United States, and I'm not sure how it is in Canada, but in the United States, it's a wild world trying to get help sometimes. And so I love finding out about healthful ways we can just take care of ourselves, rejuvenate ourselves. And so when I heard about what you're doing, oh man, I got super excited. I was just so happy. I always love for myself and for my clients to discover these paths. So I'm really glad you're here. And I want to just kick it off with your strokes, because I feel like that was like the launching pad to what led you there. So is that what led you there? Is that what caused you to discover red light therapy in the first place?
Kind of, but we got, it was just coming out 2 years ago, like the red light masks were coming out, and we happened to have this drop on our laps. And so my business partner is one of my best friends. We've known each other forever. And she says, well, let's explore this because of your health. And I'm like, and she goes, you're a lemon. Let's just do it. And the major parts of my health are having my strokes, and I've had cancer too. Mm-hmm. I've had a lot of stuff. And we thought, let's go down the rabbit hole and dig really deep and find the government studies, find what we can find out. And we were shocked of what was out there. There has been government studies from the get-go, and it's been around since 1965. But if you even go further back, it's been around more before that. Yeah. So NASA used it at the first. NASA was the first. And then they started using it on their astronauts, but they didn't share it until it's starting to come out now.
Oh my gosh, this is mind blowing. See,
it is mind blowing.
Yeah, because we've had an answer. We've had an answer for all this time.
A long time.
So your partner brings it to your attention. So then I'm assuming then you've been partners with this person before the business.
Well, we've been together forever. She's like an aunt to my kid and stuff. So we go down different businesses together. But this kind of got us excited because as we were going through this, we were like, oh my God, this could help her. It could help him. It could help my mom and dad. It could help so many people. And when you're a personal trainer, people ask you the medical questions. What can I do? What can I do for this? What can I do for that? And then we found something that it's no touch. It's non-invasive. You lie under a light, hit the timer, and you let the magic work. And that's where we got excited about going, this is interesting because a lot of people don't have the time for someone to stand there and hold the machine on them. This way they can zen out and just do 20 minutes of their own time and they're done.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
Start
goodness.
the magic. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so
Yeah.
when your partner brings it to your attention, she says, "Hey, we're getting this research. This is exciting." What was the first impulse? Was it like, or what was the when you started using it as the guinea pig to prove what you'd seen on the studies, right?
Yeah.
What were the first things you were trying to prove or correct or improve? What did you start with?
My head. So as a stroke patient and actually and being in menopause. So you got two. You got brain fog with menopause and you got brain plaque with strokes. So I would myself, I knew my symptoms because if you're not a stroke survivor, some people don't understand the symptoms. So there were days I would sleep a lot. I would have no energy. And sometimes it could have been menopause, but mostly it's happened through my whole entire life. Anxiety. I suffered from anxiety. I suffered from, if I got tired, I would slur my words, or I can get that word in my head and I would just get so frustrated. And so when we were doing that, we wrote all my symptoms down and I thought, okay, let's see what happens. And we had another guinea pig too, but it was another one that we just put under. But we thought, let's get you going because stroke is a huge thing in our society in Canada, especially in Canada. Let's see what happens to you. So I would go under it, the light, 20 minutes, 4 times a week. Now that's excessive a little bit for what we tell people, but we wanted to see what would happen. And I said to Chris after 2 weeks, I said, oh, I'm sleeping better. Because I wasn't a sleeper. Mm-hmm. And I said to her, I get up really early to work out myself for a 6:00 class. And I would be getting up with energy and not going back to bed after my workout and having to catch up on sleep. Mm-hmm. And I said to her, well, that's interesting. And then the other thing I said to her, I feel 100% better in my own skin. Because there was days before that I would call my husband and I said, you got to bring home dinner. I don't want to get in my car. Because my first stroke was in my car and I didn't feel safe. I didn't feel right. Mm-hmm. And I was like, this is incredible. And as people started to talk to me, like my mom and other business people, they would see a change in how my whole entire energy of my body would just like vibrate of aliveness. And they were just like, this is interesting. This is fantastic. And of course, you don't do an MRI on your head because it costs a lot of money. But what my doctor said is I have a physical every year. I'm great. I'm very lucky to be in a private medical system up here in Canada because of my health. And I had suffered from high blood pressure and cholesterol. And now, personal trainer, I eat well. I drink like normal and I exercise. But I was on blood pressure and cholesterol. We couldn't figure out why I couldn't get right with them. And so I had my physical done and I've been under the red light, did my blood work. We got the head going and she calls me up and she goes, are you sitting down? And I'm like, uh-oh, why am I dying?
Right.
She goes, no, I'm not. And I'm like, what? She goes, I'm going to say right now, you get an A++++++ on your report card. And I'm like, okay. And she goes, your blood pressure is perfect. Your cholesterol is perfect. Everything in your body is perfect. Oh, and I can't be so super excited for you because normally we would be changing up my meds. Either we're getting worse or I had to take new ones or whatever. And I sat there and my business partner, Chris, she was sitting there and we had it on speaker. And we were like, she goes, what are you doing? And I said, red light therapy, because like, we don't know what doctors think. And she goes, whatever you're doing, and I believe in red light therapy, keep on doing it. Woo-hoo! And it was like, we need to have a glass of wine. It was 10 in the morning, but we didn't have a glass of wine. And I knew that it works. Like it works. It's amazing what it does for our bodies.
Oh my God. Okay. So let's go into this, right? That's a phenomenal, I love this very much.
Yeah.
For personal and professional reasons. Personally, it is very frightening when something comes upon us of any kind, even if it's a slight change that doctors assume we should be okay with because it's not debilitating. No one likes
Right.
that.
Yeah.
So the personal aspect of that and just the celebration of being able
Yeah.
to say, hey, this is resolved is fantastic. And then professionally, as someone that helps to guide others to find these solutions, I
Mm.
always love hearing the proofs because
Yeah.
I do the same thing. So what
Yeah.
I like to do, I just pay out of pocket. Especially now we're so blessed because we have like you could get your labs yourself. So I'll get labs and then I'll do a protocol and say, what's up? Did this work? What happened? So I'm so happy. I love that that happened for you. Now, please explain. And I'm sure it's broad because I hear it can take care of a lot of things, but just on a very general sense, how does red light therapy work? What is it doing?
It's regenerating your cells. So we're when I first got into it, it's Science 101 when I took in grade 10. We're going back to Science 101. And as I get more into it, what it does is you think of the sun and what it does for our plants, it makes it grow. So that light up there is helping our plants grow. So what the red light does, it helps our cells grow. So it penetrates into the skin 3 inches, right to the mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of our cells. Once that guy's ignited, then magic happens. And that where like your nitric oxide, which is for your vessels, your blood vessels to help it move so it relaxes them. And that's why my cholesterol was better and my blood pressure was better. The other thing is that the ATP, which is something that we need. So we have our powerhouse. That's our energy of a cell. So it ignites that. It ignites all the collagens 1, 2, and 3, and that's just sitting under there 20 minutes of a session. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
my mind is getting blown right now. Okay, so
Yeah.
when you say sitting under it, how big is this light?
Okay, so ours is quite big. So ours is the smallest of our company. Our company is from Canada, so it's 178 square inches. So it covers the top of my head to the bottom of my rib cage, right below my breast line.
Okay.
And so we can move it around. It's on casters, so we move it around. So if somebody comes in and has a swollen knee, we'll directly put the light on the knee. But you got to think about it this way: your knee's getting it, so is the rest of your body because it systematically works right through the body. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
It's amazing. It's going to take over the world.
Oh my God. Okay, wait. So now you did mention a little bit briefly about, and this is one of the questions that I had, okay? Because you mentioned a little bit about the masks. We see on social media these red light masks. Is this the same red light? How do we know which red light is which? What should we trust? What do you think?
Well, the red light masks are just for the skin. It won't penetrate. So if you're having something that's going to penetrate, it can't be directly on your skin or it will burn.
Okay.
It has to be at least 8 inches, or you have to have a technician that is certified to hold the red light on your skin.
Okay.
So it doesn't burn. That's the problem out there right now. There's apples and oranges to lights. You see the panels on Amazon for, I don't know, $200, and they have those little lights. You see the little lights? Well, they're LED lights. One of those lights goes out, you have to change all the lights. Ours is a lamp. So it's one bulb, but it emits 10 wavelengths into our body. So it can get it's a near infrared, so it can get into the depths through the mitochondria. And that's what's really exciting about our light. Yeah.
Incredible. This is incredible.
The light on your face, just going to do your skin, which is great too. It's great too. Every red light's great, but it's not going to get as deep as you want it to get if you're going after your insides. Your cellular. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. No, that's very important because one is, we can get that little mask and maybe it's for that vanity aspect. We want to do some things for the face, but for this healing, for what we're talking about here, we want that large, either a specialist, someone that has the ability to hold the light over us, or we want to see you and we want to sit under your light, which has the strength to deeply help us and heal.
Yeah.
Oh my
gosh. Yeah.
So what are, of the breadth of things that red light therapy can do, tell us, what are some of the things we can use red light therapy for?
Well, everything, pretty much everything. So if I go through the body parts, if you're putting it on your head and to your breastbone, that's where our light would be. You're getting oral health, you're getting cardiovascular health as well, and you're getting brain health as well. So anything else there is kind of great, and collagen. So that's kind of cool. So if you move it down the body, because as you know, and what you do is that gut health is super, super important, because lots of people out there have really bad microbiomes in their gut. And so they're bloated and they can't digest. That's why we get all our IBS stuff and all that bad gut issues. Mm-hmm. You put it on there, then it'll start to help heal that microbiomes in your gut, so you can actually digest food better and everything will work better.
And absorb
then you can
nutrients.
Yeah, good nutrients, too as well. Yeah, absolutely. Because you can only take so many probiotics. If you don't eat healthy, you can't throw a probiotic in and say, do its work. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just it's not going to help. So this is what it helps do, is it kind of helps that microbiomes, because we have so many mitochondria down in that area. You got to think, we have 32 trillion mitochondria in our body. Mm. Where it's most important is at the heart. That's where a lot of mitochondria are at our heart, because that's our sense of living, right? Is the heartbeat.
Sure.
So that's what we do. Yeah.
So it can help, basically, whatever the light is over, it can help to boost healing and rejuvenation at a cellular level over those organs. Yeah. Is that what's happening here?
Yeah, that's what's happening. And then think about it. So you got a mitochondria that let's just say it's on your knee. Mm-hmm. There's mitochondria there. There's lots of inflammation. I have a lot of knee injuries. Trust me, as being a personal trainer, I see so many knee injuries in young people. So we're really specific to put them on their knees. So that'll trigger that inflammation. That'll get at that inflammation. Now, inflammation is good in our body to a certain degree because it helps repair. Mm-hmm. But what if we don't have that capability? So our immune systems are lower as we age. So it helps with the immune system to fight off any bacterial effects, right? So if you have an inflammation and you put it on the knee, I've seen it, where the knee just goes right down and you can see the kneecap, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So it just starts immediately. Now, I'm not going to say that's going to happen to everybody, because everybody carries something different, right? So it's amazing what happens. And it's like, kind of, when we first started, it's like we had to see it and we had to hear it. Mm-hmm. And when we started to see it and hear it, we're like, okay, we got something. So, yeah.
And I think it's really powerful in your case, just because you clearly, with your life's work of being in the fitness industry, you clearly care about health. You clearly have been working around these aspects and components of helping people to get and be healthy. And you also have this personal experience of having health issues come up, that it's like, what is happening here? So for someone that maybe, one thing I love to do with my clients, and I love to search for myself, like I said, I have two things that are always on my mind when it comes to health.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One is about prevention. Right. Because there's this whole thing with just like, why do we even need to go to the bad area? Like, I don't want to go to that land, that city, that town. I want to be over here. I don't want to wait till there's a problem. So there's a preventative area. And then there's the area of things are starting to show up. You mentioned menopause. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Huge. Because, it's crazy to think. So I'm 47, and it's crazy to think like I'm now entering an arena where it is ambiguous at best.
Yes.
And so what the heck? So there's the preventative, and then there's the person that like might be having something where they say, can red light therapy help me? Should I access this? Do people need to get tested first? Do we just go and give it a few rounds? When do we know it's starting to work? Describe for a beginner.
Yeah.
How does this look? What do we do? We say,
Yeah, well, what we do up in Edmonton, we have new clients. We ask that they come twice a week.
Okay.
Now, if they're really bad and really need some help, then 3 times a week at $20 minute sessions each. Okay. And we have packages for that and stuff like that. So we've gotten phone calls after one session where we have a lady that is in menopause that hasn't slept. She called me and said, I've slept. I don't really care about my flashes, but guess what? I slept tonight for the first time. And we know that red light therapy will help your sleep cycle. We know
Ah,
it. Been proven. So I'm like, oh, interesting. So we let them tell us the stories. So you know your body. You're your own advocate. We tell people if you need to research, I'll give you where to go research. But I always express to any of my clients that come in is that you are your own advocate. You know, you're the only person that knows your body. And I learned that through my health. And I said, if you feel that your knee is stiff today, but you went under red light and you went, oh, I can get out of bed with a little less pain, then something worked. And
yes.
that's the only way I can explain it, because I can't tell you that everyone that comes in goes away the first session and goes, oh my God, I'm cured.
Mhm.
So preventative wise, if you don't have anything that's wrong, it's preventative because it's been proven that it helps with Alzheimer's, dementia, aging, and that's just preventative. And I have people that just come in for a checkup. Like we go checkup twice a month. Oh, I'm coming in for my checkup, just like women go see their OBGYN for their checkup. They're just coming in for a checkup. So everybody is different.
Ah,
Well, I started because of my health. My
mhm.
girlfriend has no health. Like she's preventative. She just goes under it anytime she wants, which is preventative. But for me, I knew I had to get it into my wellness routine in order for me to start to feel better. And now I feel better.
That's
And I've been
fantastic.
doing it for 2 years. Yeah. And I gotta say, I don't use it every day.
Mhm.
So now I live away from my red light because I'm in another province for the summer. But the cells don't go backwards unless you go backwards.
Oh.
They keep regenerating because you've already started the process of regenerating them.
Oh,
And
this is
that's it.
fantastic.
It's the exciting part about red light therapy is that it goes forward, not backwards.
Oh my,
Unless you're hitting the road and you're hitting the bottle, you know what I mean? You're not eating right. You decided to sit on the couch for the next 20 years. Yes. So it goes forward,
oh
not
my
backwards.
gosh. This is like a huge moment, okay? Because huge moment, huge moment. Um, I love what you shared there. So I like to tell my clients that are coming to me for wellness and health, and I'd like to offer this here to our listeners. So a good thing I like to tell my clients, and I do this for myself, is whenever I go to the doctor for something, or if I start a new protocol, what I like to do is I like to just jot down all the things that I'm looking to change. And you mentioned you did that. And I think that was fantastic that you did that when you were first starting with red light therapy. And I like to just guide people to always do that, because then you have that good marker. When I leave it to my feelings, how long have
Oh,
you had this? I'm like, well, shoot, now I'm not really sure. Or did I feel better or worse? But when I have it down on a paper, then I could say, hey, you know what? This is gone now, or this does feel less. So that's a good way, especially if, because you're right, we are our own advocate. And of course, and I should have prefaced this, nowhere are we saying or guaranteeing results. We cannot do that. Everybody is unique and different, but we are just illustrating what is possible, and, to give each person the opportunity to then plug in and do something to advocate for themselves and their
yes.
own health and
Yes.
their own body.
And do your own research.
Sure.
Like, because I can do your research for you. Absolutely. But anyone that's coming and spending the money on packages or light, I say, here's what you need to do. Do your own research and then come back to me and I can help you through that research,
Hmm.
because I know what's out there. They might not know and they need to Google everything, right? So
Yeah.
do your own research and then come back and ask me questions, because that's super, super important for people to do, because everyone's going to be a little bit different. Everybody's going to have something different. Not everyone's the same. Trust me. We've
Yeah.
been down that road. So yeah. So yeah, do your own research.
Man. Now, in Canada, you do have a lot of different things than America. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure. In Canada, is red light therapy covered by insurance?
Not yet.
Okay. So,
Not yet.
then we're dealing with, just like with coaching, just with like holistic healing methods, etc. Patients are
Mhm.
coming out of pocket for this. So
Yeah.
I believe it's already been illustrated in this episode, but what would you say to someone who is just learning about investing in themselves in these ways, or maybe is wondering about whether or not it's something that they should invest in? Sometimes I have clients like that, maybe it's botanicals they should take, but they're so used to seeing a pharmaceutical commercial that they don't
Yeah.
understand, should I pay out of pocket for these botanicals when my insurance will it's $5 and I'll just take this? What do you say to folks that are in that headspace around investing in these new modalities, or not new, because yours has been around before the 60s?
Yeah. Not
Not new, but not covered. That's the better term.
right. Yeah. It's kind of funny because that just came up on. I have a conversation with the doctor about this, and we are so brainwashed right now about the pharmaceutical business. We're looking for a Band-Aid. Our society is looking for the Band-Aid. Get me better tomorrow. Now, didn't take you one day to get worse. It took you years. Just like as a personal trainer, you're not going to lose 10 pounds in a day. How long did it take you to put 10 pounds on? You have to listen. So we've been brainwashed. And up in Canada is the same way. We're looking for that small Band-Aid that's going to help us, just like that. Mm-hmm. What I say to them is do the research, because it's science. It's not magic. Mm-hmm. There's government science behind our research. And those poor rats and those poor rabbits, they did red light therapy. There's science behind it. And that's my job, is to educate people about the science behind it. And that's what I have to tell everyone. Canada's kind of a odd duck when it comes. If you guys cover it, then I'm probably pretty sure our government would cover it. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of, we're not a standstill. We just don't. We're very picky. But the nice thing about our machine is that it is FDA and Health Canada licensed, and it can go in hospitals. It's a Class 2 medical grade machine. So we got some backing, but it's coming from the government. And I tell everyone, the pharmaceutical companies get scared when they can't be signing drugs over to people, because everyone's going holistic now. What do they got to? They're not going to make any money. Mm-hmm. So that's one of the reasons why. But people can find a way to pay for this. It's just easy squeezy to tell them it's $2 Starbucks a month, or it's, you know what I mean? And they get it. But a lot of people are in so much pain that they're looking for anything anyways.
Yeah, so it's very true.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate that we're brainwashed about, like, not you and I, but unfortunately out there, we're brainwashed about, oh my God, I got to take 7 billion probiotics because I can't eat properly and I'm bloated. But what if you just stopped doing that and got under the light and let our bodies start to heal ourselves? Because we have the power to heal ourselves. Mm-hmm. We have the power. We did it as kids when we scraped our knees.
Yes.
Right? They break a leg. They fall. You think they've broken the leg. They haven't broken the leg. They get up and run again. But what we've done as we get older, oh my God, I got to go to the doctor. And that's the scary part, when you're not giving that body a chance to heal itself. And red light therapy is one of the ways that it can do that and help that part.
I love it. I love it so, so much. I'm telling you, it's just, okay, here's the thing though. I don't know how far you are from me. I'm in Michigan, which means I'm close to Canada, but Canada's huge. So I don't know if I'm close to you in Canada.
You're right below me.
Yeah, I am.
I'm pretty sure you're. Wait a minute. I'm in Alberta. So I think you're right. Are you right below? I'm trying to think of the map.
In Michigan, I'm below you in Canada, but I don't know how far it still is. So for folks that may or may not be able to get to you, where can we go? How can we get this help that you provide? I mean, anybody that can go to you at celebratelight.ca, definitely. Yeah. You've lived this. Absolutely. This is your passion. You do this personally and professionally. You've done the research. You have the machine. But for those of us that may not be able to get to you, what can we do?
Well, what you can do is that wherever you are in the city, just Google red light therapy. because it'll pop up somewhere. You just have to ask the questions. You got to know what you're paying for. And that's the key. And there's do you guys have some kind of hyper fitness challenge? There's a big spa that just opened in the States that keeps opening up spots everywhere. Well, they do have red light, but they're panels, so you have to stand in front of them, which is kind of boring. But what I'm looking to do as a company, and I'm not sure if I could tell you this, is to get them in the States, because this is easy squeezy. This is preventative. We're talking your life. We in Canada, in Edmonton, have probably about 5 machines in just houses. So people are saying, I need this. I need this. I'm getting old. Well, my mom needs it. She's had a stroke. So we've had sales to houses too, as well as clinics. And that's what we're looking to do, is to spread the word, to get them into clinics, so people can make the money and have an easy, non-invasive, non-touch, and they can still see other patients too as well.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, and it's Canadian, so it's right in Quebec.
So this is very good. So then there is an opportunity for folks to come and see you and buy a package and come to your business. And there is an opportunity for people to purchase a red light from you.
Yes.
Okay,
absolutely.
This is phenomenal news. Okay, this is very good.
On our website. Yeah.
Okay, that's very, very, very good. All right, I like the sound of that. I'll tell you what, things like that are certainly worth it. I mean, this is where I get a little weird. It's like, for an example, with massage, okay? There is not a person on earth that could massage me as long as I would like them to. Okay. Like,
oh, yeah.
Just put it out there. The human body needs rest. So it's not like they're going to be able to stand there for 24 hours a day. So sometimes while I'd like to go and get a massage, I also I got a few massage machines. I got the trigger gun. I got a few things. So then at any hour, yes. So this red light option is very, very exciting. Oh man.
So can I just tell you something? So for massage therapy, we like to tell that they oil down people before they massage. So we like everyone to go, when they purchase the massage red light from us, is to make the person go under it first. And what they do in the massage is to get into the muscle group, which is like, for muscle, we have, it just escaped my brain, a buildup where we get sore. So the mitochondria is starting to do its work. And can you imagine then going for a massage and pushing it through?
Oh my God.
And then that's where people go, okay. So a chiropractor would do his whatever he does and then under the machine. Acupuncture is the same way. So I specialize in joint replacement because I've had a joint replaced, and I do all my physio with some clients under the light. And I got to tell you, they move a lot easier and faster under a light. I know. So that's where the benefits of being in a clinic is. So you work on the person, then put a light on, put the 20 minutes in, and you walk away. They get up, they get dressed, and they walk out, and all you have to do is clean the bed and you're good to go for the next one. And that's the key of red light therapy of our machine, because it's on casters. Now we go right to we go right to beds, and we have a seat where you can sit on for intimate health. Oh, I know.
Whoa. Wow.
So, yeah.
Oh my gosh. This has been a fascinating conversation, and just really eye-opening about the age of this science, of this opportunity to heal, of the various machines that you have available, of ways they can work, and of how we can start to measure that for ourselves by jotting that down, getting into the practice of this, and then watching the transformation take place. Man.
Right. Yes. Be your own advocate, man. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Be your own advocate.
So tell us again where we can connect with you, please.
Well, you can connect with me on LinkedIn for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Just Adonica Albert, the only Adonica out there, I'm pretty sure. And then Facebook, we have a group. It's Celebrate Light, Red Light Therapy. There's a group on Facebook. The website has my email address, so you can just, if you have any questions or you want more information about a machine or whatever, just send me an email there. And yeah, pretty much that's where you can find me.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here today. Friends, listen. Adonica has broken it down for us. I don't know about you, but I'm already relaxed just thinking about sitting under a red light and getting rejuvenated on a cellular level. My God. So this has been phenomenal. Please definitely reach out to her to find out more, to connect with her on her Facebook group, to reach out to her to either book sessions or ask her questions about getting your own machine. All of that information is going to be in the show notes along with my information for if you are interested in, getting into a cool group with sessions, regular learning and kind of community to navigate things like this. Hey, what do I do? What do I do next about, investing in this, or who's a cool professional that I can connect with, and so on. You want to connect with me, your best life coach, and my information is also going to be in the show notes. And definitely subscribe to this podcast so you can continue to get your best like this.
Awesome. Thank you very much for having me.
Yes, it's been a joy. Friends, subscribe, connect, do all the things, and we can't wait to see you again. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye now.
I hope you enjoyed this episode. Be sure to subscribe and visit teemaree.com/free for more goodness.